But yeah, it's too big. I think this one actually does have a 36-inch blade, but that fits with how massive the saber is. So I've just kind of left it like that. Of course, I usually keep a 32-inch blade on mine. That's another question I get asked in the comments a lot. Should I get a 32-inch blade or a 36-inch blade? I think a good rule of thumb on that is if you're over 6 feet or 6 feet or over, get a 36-inch. If you're under 6 feet, get a 32-inch. That's what I recommend. I'm 5'6". I much prefer a 32-inch. I'm not constantly hitting the ceiling, and it just makes the balance point on the saber a lot better for me. Like I said, I don't really use this one much. It's just too big, but I think it makes a great decorative piece. And I much like the V2 version of it better. They have the regular version and the LE, which have a different handle. I don't like the way that looks as much as I do the Flamberge V2. I like that Omen's hilt on it. It feels fantastic. So it's actually a really comfortable saber to have. Moving right along. Another one of my favorites. It's I love Thundercats. I mean, if you looked in there, I have a bunch of the 80s Thundercat figures up in my room. I absolutely love Thundercats. So I had to have this. They have 3 different versions of it. They have the azure one here with the blue right there. They have a crimson one with red and a dark one with black. I had to have the azure one. Got it in a Deegan silver. Since it's supposed to be a real sword, I wanted to have it look kind of, I don't know, as a little homage to the original cartoon. So I gave it in a Deegan silver blade. I like how it lights up the cat's eye there. I have a cat's eye on both sides. Most of the time, if you order, you get a cat's eye on, or the cat's head on one side and the cat's eye on the other. I wanted the cat's head on both sides. I just like the way that looks better. Got a blue AV switch to match the azure on the hilt. Very comfortable. It is a little emitter heavy. This is a wide emitter here. It's got a little weight to it, but it's comfortable. It's something that would wear me out fairly quickly, but just for spinning it around for a minute or two, it's really nice. Again, it makes a really good decorative piece. It's easier for me to swing around than the Flamberge is. This one's, I guess because it's not as wide, it's a little easier for me to use. And of course, right here we have our Crimson Reaper. I love this thing. It's got not only a slanted emitter, but a slanted pommel. And that's nice. Now, mine is not the default way it looks. It comes with claws, a claw on here, and a claw on here, and a shroud, a silver shroud right here. If you actually watch my Crimson Reaper review, it's about 20 minutes long because I go into detail on taking all those parts off and all that fun stuff. This one's also really comfortable to hold. I don't cut it on just because I don't have any batteries in it right now. It's in Dark Violet Amethyst and is one of the 2 sabers I have with Flash on Clash. As I said, I like Flash on Clash. It's about a $35 add-on. It's not really worth it to me. Just basically the blade will flash a different color whenever it's clashing against something. Not really worth the money for me. Just something I get every now and then when I'm in the mood for it. But I like it. I think the red anodizing on it looks fantastic. I'm a big fan of it. I think the silver etching goes really well with the CoverTech wheel and the silver hilt. Mine has a silver illuminated switch on it as well. And just having everything off of it makes the weight of the saber better in my opinion. So this is another fun one I like to pull out and mess around with. Of course, I still have my Bellicose. This one I need to send back and actually have something done on it. Done me left batteries in it just because I have so many sabers. I didn't realize I still had batteries in it. Kind of corroded a pack. I'll have that sent back once they slow down a little bit. Another one of my favorite hilts. Normally these come with a black CoverTech wheel. Mine came with a silver one, which I thought was neat. I won it in a raffle. It has a chrome button here. You can pick, much like the Graflex, you can pick what color that button is. I got a chrome one. This is a saber, just from the pictures, I really wasn't into that much, but once I got it and had it in my hands, oh wow, I haven't actually spun this bad boy in a long time. It's again, comfortable. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's a good middle ground, but it's still light for me. It's easy for me to use, easy for me to spin. And the silver and black on it is just done really well. I love this saber. It's in Arctic Blue, because Arctic Blue really does look good in bid grade Ultra Edge. I get asked that a lot on sabers. Which color, which such and such color, which kind of blades look better in? Arctic Blue looks, it's a tie. It looks good in both. If you're buying an Arctic Blue saber, just get 2 blades so you can swap them out as you want. Now there are some other sabers I used to have I don't have anymore for various reasons. Big one I get asked about a lot is the Scorpion. Scorpion is a great saber, but it's massively huge. It makes a good display piece, but I can't use it. It's just too big for me, especially with that claw on it. It's massively huge. So I ended up selling it, plus I'd accidentally stripped off the CoverTech wheel, because the Scorpion has a sleeve that covers it. The outside part is a sleeve that covers the main body, and it'll clank. As you shake it, it kind of makes a clanking sound, at least mine did. And they had said on the forum you could stop that by tightening up the CoverTech wheel. I over-tightened mine and stripped the screw out. So always, just a note, if you're tightening up your CoverTech wheel, don't tighten it too much. You'll strip the hole out that it sets in, which made it clank even worse. Plus the button didn't like to sit in there the way it needed to at that point. So I sold it pretty cheap online just to have some money to get another saber. And it looked good in Power Stone Orange, which is a forum color. It's darker than the Fire Orange. Usually, again, Power Stone Orange is a forum color, so what it looks like varies from saber to saber. I had another Power Stone Orange Aeon V3 that looked almost Fire Orange. And I sold it as well just because I didn't need another Fire Orange saber. I had a Dark Liberator in Guardian Blue that I won as a raffle prize. Didn't really care for it. The Dark Liberator, the grooves on it. It has 2 little grooves on the little narrow choke point that concaves like this. They kept eating into my hands, so I went ahead and sold it. Got it out of the way. Didn't really care for the emitter on it. Very briefly had a Monarch. Anyone who's ever seen me posting on the forum knows I don't like the Monarch, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I got that as a raffle prize as well, and sold it to a fellow forum member who really wanted it, and gave him a good deal on it. He was really happy with it. It looks like a table leg. I don't really care for the Monarch. I was trying to think of a couple others. I did have a staff in... I had a V3 staff that was in blazing red. Y'all may have seen my review on that. Basically, it was too big for a staff. I just couldn't use it. That's why I got the other one, the V2 staffs right here. The V2 staff, these two. I got these for the staff, and I can actually use that decently. This was just too big as a staff, especially with 32-inch blades. I think for me to use a staff, I really need 24-inch blades. 32-inch blades for a staff at 5'6" is just not a good idea. So, and I didn't need 2 blazing red ones when I already had 1 Guardian Blue one, so I just sold those off, used the money to get another saber. That being said, the V3 is a fantastic hilt. I love my Guardian Blue one. I won it as a raffle prize. I was very happy with it. It's a good stunt saber. I'm quite thrilled with my collection here. I think that covers most of the ones I sold off. I did have another shock. I had gotten a shock as a raffle prize. And it was a shock in Fire Orange. They probably sent it to me to make a staff with. I just didn't need it for a staff, and I already had one in Fire Orange. Great hilt, fantastic hilt, but I just didn't need 2 of them, so I sold it. Again, if I had to pick my favorite hilts, it's really hard. It's pretty much if I don't like a saber, I'll sell it. So all the ones I have left are sabers I love. That's why I still have them. I do kind of regret the Manticore. I sold my Manticore just because it's really not comfortable. It looks great. It's got one of the best emitters ever. I love the emitter on the Manticore. I love the way it looks. It's a great display piece. I never could find a way to grip it that was comfortable for me. I kind of regret it just because I like the way it looks, but not comfortable to hold. So from my first saber, the Initiate V3 with Catalyst Pommel, which I can still use two-handed, all the way down to my Sentinel, my Dark Sentinel, which I think was the last one I got, one with sound here with V4 sound. I'm very impressed with all the ones I still have. It's about 18 hilts. And again, you can change the sound. Oh. Wait a minute. I didn't do something like that. There we go. in episode 1 font. So as you can see, I tend to prefer the lighter sabers. Now, a lot of these sabers, if you're a bigger guy, you know, if you're 6'3" and you stunt double for Arnold Schwarzenegger, sure, get you a Guardian, get you a Scorpion, get you a Bane, get you these massive sabers that, you know, bigger guys are probably more comfortable with. If you got bigger hands, you know, if you got big hands, you're not going to want the Initiate. I'll tell you now, unless you're just using it one-handed. But for some of us smaller guys, these are really comfortable ones to use. Love my Prophecy. I can go on all day long about it. Let's see. Yeah, I know this one's been in the news a lot, or I won't say in the news, but it's gaining popularity again because it's in Force Awakens. Get this saber. It's a good thing to have. They're out of them right now, but they're already selling back orders for it. It's insanely popular. I really like the fact the CoverTech wheel is out of the way on the back there. I love the option to customize your buttons. I love the rabbit ears. I know a lot of people like it in Guardian Blue. I prefer it in Arctic Blue. It looks more like the original Trilogy colors. I get asked that too. Which one looks closer to original Trilogy colors? Arctic Blue, that lighter blue, because Arctic Blue is lighter. Here's Arctic Blue. Oh, wrong one. Here's Guardian Blue. Guardian Blue looks more like Anakin's lightsaber in Episode 3. So if you want the Graflex to look the way it did in Episode 3, this is the way to go with this darker blue. If you want it to look like it did in Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope, you want to go with this one, much lighter blue. Which, while I like Guardian Blue better overall, I like Arctic Blue better on this hilt. So, and again, I don't recommend dueling with this one. Great saber, don't recommend dueling with it. But comfortable just for swinging around for a few minutes. Probably, again, second favorite hit, well, second favorite hilt after the Prophecies, third favorite saber that I own after the Prophecy and Dark Prophecy. I think that about covers everything I needed to say. There are probably some other things I wanted to go over, and just I can't keep up with everything I want to talk about at one time. Just for show, I can take this emitter off. I can take this emitter off. And I can put this emitter on. And boom, another saber. There you go. And I can do it with the pommel too. I can take the pommel off, put that pommel on here. And of course, for anybody asking, the batteries are right here. Oddly enough, that slid right out. That hardly ever happens on this saber. But yep, right here. You just take these, pop these out, put them on your charger. Make sure you always get a charger. If it's your first saber, you will need a charger. Slide them back in. It'll make a little confirming sound when you know it's in there good. Go back up. Here we go. So, and if I want to get creative, I can take this one and put it here. So you can kind of create your own sabers. People do it all the time. They come up with interesting combinations. Ha! And Fire Orange does look good in Ultra Edge as well. I think it looks better in mid-grade, but it looks good in Ultra Edge as well. Yeah, I've never tried that before. That's actually pretty comfortable. Well, that pretty much, I think, covers everything I wanted to talk about today. Sorry I don't have batteries in all the sabers so I can show you all the colors. But I think that about covers it. If y'all have any other questions or anything you're not sure about, let me know in the comments below. I will try to address them as soon as possible. If you like the video, please check out some of my others. I've got about 40 of them at the time of this recording, and subscribe. I got 250 subscribers now. Thanks to all of y'all. It's nice to have y'all. I'm Prowl 1701. You can hit me up on Ultrasabers Saber Forum, where I also go by Prowl, Prowl 1701. Again, let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to do another video explaining to them. And as soon as they do a raffle, I will be getting a couple more sabers, and I will have videos up for those as well, so I can discuss what I think of the new tri-colors. I'm Prowl 171. Thank you for watching.